So, last fight for independence. Well, actually, Texas independence. It was meant to be, you know. Texas was meant to be part of the United States. And this wall was built. Man. But either way, when you go to the museum also, they have a lot of artifacts there. This is the monument. You can tell Texans are very proud of Texas. Well, I guess we all are, depending on our state, but I think there's some states that are a little more prouder than others. Because they're not so, I don't know, just the culture, I guess. So awesome, man. I'm going to go into the museum in just a little bit. I bought tickets. Now I'm in the museum. The first modern pencil with graphic encasing wood. Check that shit out. Sam Houston's writing. Wow. Crazy, man. Letter and pencil. Sam Houston. Wow, man. 1847. Santa Ana snuff box. Wow, man. Cannon. Wow, man. Imagine a smooth bore cannon. Wow, man. Wow, man. Buffalo Bayou. Santa Ana. In the battle. Fleeing Mexicans into Buffalo Bayou, which a lot of them drowned, I guess, because they caught them all by surprise. But that's how they won the war. That's how they won the battle. Caught them by surprise. Ain't that some shit? This is the observation tower. This shows observation tower from looking north, which is that's where the Mexican army got pushed into, right there. Battle all right there, Santa Ana. The Texans came from that side, pushed them all back. And that's what it looks like now. That's Buffalo Bayou. That whole thing right there. They're all pushed in there. Wonder how many artifacts and bodies are probably still in there. I'm sure they never really dug anybody out, you know? And this is the west side of it. It's all refineries now, and unfortunately all the refineries and everything right across the way, but it's battlefield right here. I think the Mexican army was right there. Caught him by surprise. And that's how Texas came to be. And this is the south, I believe it's the south side of the monument, facing south.
On a gentle rise of grass army in 1836 stands a monument. A monument to courage, determination, and pride. On top sits a 220-ton Texas star, the chosen symbol of a young republic. Inside the monument, from a vantage point high above the battleground, visitors can study the landscape that shaped the outcome of the Battle of San Jacinto. The view today is of a distant city, a bustling ship channel, and a busy park filled with people. But on the afternoon of April 21st, 1836, it presented a much quieter and more menacing sight. Two opposing armies, barely a mile apart. In the dense wood along Buffalo Pike was the volunteer army of the new Republic of Texas, about 800 strong. Sam Houston was its commander-in-chief. On the opposite side of gently sloping prairie was the Mexican army, about 1,250 well-trained, well-armed men under President Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. In the weeks following the fall of the Alamo, the Mexican army had pursued the Texans relentlessly. Brave men had been massacred, towns burned to the ground, and thousands of people forced to run for their lives. Finally, the chase ended here at San Jacinto. The monument you see today sits on a slight rise of land, which kept either army from directly seeing the other's camp. In the calm of the April afternoon, Santa Anna's men rested, their muskets stacked, no sentries posted. Prior, the Texans fell into battle formation, their backs to the Bible. Lamar's cavalry, Millard's infantry, Hockley's artillery corps, Burleson's 1st Regiment, and Sherman's 2nd Regiment, with its 9th Company of Mexican Texans under Captain Juan Seguin. For an instant, time froze. Then Houston raised his sword high in the air. Silently, the Texans advanced. Suddenly, at 4:30 p.m., shots, screams, then, and a moment. The Texans streamed into the Mexican camp, their rifles, muskets, pistols, tomahawks, and long knives raining down the deck. The battle was won, and the first mile of ground was claimed. Ground that in a few short years would reach all the way across the southwest to the Pacific Ocean, uniting the whole vast territory in a single nation. And at the very heart of this nation, there is a monument, and a star, and a battlefield, to commemorate the day that started it all and changed Texas forever.
So this is where the Mexican army was, on this side.
اونایی که می‌بینی مثلا چیزه قرمز و سیاهه معمولا وقتی که پر هستش اینقدر میره توی آب اون قرمزیشو دیگه نمی‌بینی و سیاهیش دیگه نمیشه جلوش یه گیجی داره از اون گیجش می‌فهمی که چقدر پره.
And there's downtown Houston, way over there. And this is the museum part of it. Smoothbore cannon. Wow. You know how many times that fired? Oh shoot. Of the Indians that were here. Ain't that something? Well, I mean, of course, there were Indians here, right, before the Europeans. Which Mexicans are, you know, European and Indian ancestry. There's no denying that. Anybody who does deny that just doesn't like themselves. Wow, man. Wish I could find one of these somewhere around here. There's arrow points all up and down, you know, bayous down here, the ocean, especially Galveston and all those, LaPorte, here in Houston. You find them all over the place. Pair of brass, part of Spanish soldier's armor. You can tell it's worn. Part of their the Spanish Army's armor. Cool. First handguns and cannons. Look at this shit. It's a hand cannon. What the heck? I'd be kind of afraid to put something in there and light it up, holding it. Spear design, cavalry soldier, Spanish. This was Spanish, and that. These artifacts, man. Spanish silver. Wow, that is so cool, man. I know why they used to break in pieces like that. That's part of pieces of coins, but that silver, you know, gold are actually what they used to use before. So it was they cut them into pieces and pay accordingly. check this out, man. Old stuff. This manifest from California from the 1788. And this one, I don't know what, 16th and 17th centuries. Very Catholic, yo. Man, to see these things that are so old, you know? This is part of, what is this? Part of the mission of the New World was to, so family pieces of, so I guess this is how they made brick back in those days. Missionary colleges. Of course, right? Teach them damn heathen Indians. Man, come on. That's the way people used to think back in those days. But, you know, history is history, man. You can't change it. Oh, check out that one. I can't see it. Picture of a lady from 1852. Lamar, father of Texas. I don't see why. I guess that's his wife's. Oh, that's a picture of Lamar. Actual one. That one is, I guess, his wife's jewelry. What is showing this one? Photograph of Jacinto, photograph of Lamar. If we could somehow get that shiny off of it. Back in those days, they used to use, I think they used to use aluminum plates and something else and high-powered light, which was, I guess, gunpowder, I don't know. And it would form an image on these, Santa Ana, look, Santa Ana's glove, what? Santa Ana's dinner plate, china plate. Wow, man, taken from the residents of Santa Ana. And this one is wow, Santa Ana's glove, man, ain't that something? I guess back in those days they weren't really that big, because that's like my daughter's size hands. But dude has tiny hands. Wow, I can't get over how tiny the knife and personal belongings of Santa Ana. Please don't say made in China. Just kidding. And troops under the command of Santa Ana buried Harrisburg, started in pursuit of the Texans. What is this though? Oh, part of something has to do with a musket. What is it, group? Oh, the tent spike for Santa Ana. Oh man. I guess how they used to keep track of people that were here and allowed to live in when this was still Mexico. Mexico under Spanish rule. Oh, it's the Spanish when they still owned Mexico. Spurs. All Spanish equipment. Wow, just to see this stuff, man, it's unbelievable. Paintings, little paintings. Just to see, man. Yeah, there go the silver bugs. Eating paper like they did on some of my comic books. Man, them little silver bugs are freaking crazy, man. And this one was written in the Aztec language of Nahuatl. That is actually written in Aztec. Wow. Wow, that is so freaking cool, man. When the grant was issued in 1562 with a map showing the boundaries of the land grant, the Spanish policies dealing with the native population were relatively benevolent and generous. The pictures of returning land of the people that have resided there for generations was fairly common occurrence. Oh, they returned the land to these people. But they wrote it, I guess, in contract in Spanish and Nahuatl. Wait. Yeah, Nahuatl. Whoa. 1550, the decree of Antonio Mendoza, the first victory of New Spain. Los Angeles, the town of Los Angeles, to raise goats. Mexican, Spanish, but it was Mexican when it was still Spanish territory. She could take a better picture of these 1813 coins, copper, silver. Vicente Guerrero, Republic of Mexico, gift, second president of Mexico. Oh, that's after Mexico won its independence from Spain, I think. No. Man, I got my history all screwed up, man. But either way. $1812. Watermarks and everything. They've been around for a while. Oh, no, this was when they were still Spain, but they had Mexico had presidents. But then he began a movement, which is there's actually a statue over there by where my daughter lives. We call it Mexican Park, but it's called Hidalgo y Costilla. He was Spanish descent, but he's the one that actually started the independence of Mexico against Spain. And this is Thomas Jefferson Chambers. Dude, I'm telling you, why are they so small? I guess they didn't eat right or something. They didn't. People were pretty tiny back in those days. I'm gonna look at it. Oh wait, this is wow, check out that sword. I mean, not sword, but that thingamajig. This is not Santa Anna's. No, this is a Bowie knife. This is not Santa Anna's. This is a Texan Army. Has to be. Wow, man. People were so small back those days, man. Ooh. A shot in the head. Private John Bicker was fatally shot in the head with this musket ball. Right through the head. Made it the first casualty of the San Jacinto campaign. Wow. Dang it, man. This is a Mexican Army general. And that knife there was used by Davy Crockett at the siege of the Alamo. Wow. This is the uniform of the general that fought at the Alamo. And of course they overwhelmed the Texans and took the Alamo. Mexican officer, brass buckle and everything. Wow, that's so freaking cool, man. Muskets. Wonder how many times that fired. You can tell it's been fired quite a bit. Wow, from the flint. Right there. How worn out that part is. This is a newer one. A bullet mold. I know when I was at in downtown at Allen's Landing, I had found a bullet from the Civil War. They dumped a bunch of ammo and stuff into the Buffalo Bayou when the Union soldiers were marching into that part of Houston, I guess. They never really got to Houston, but the Confederates scuttled their boats in the Buffalo Bayou and dumped all their ammo and stuff like that. And I found one of the bullets. One from many, I'm sure. It washes up every time it floods, and Buffalo Bayou floods and starts digging everything out. I don't know what happened to it. I think someone stole it. That's why don't ever invite your friends over. Photograph. Captain Amasa Turner left his home in Gonzales to recruit a company in New Orleans. That's something, man. Musket. Yes, sir. British musket. That was a British land pattern musket. Wow. From the British Army in 1722. Remained in service until 1838. That's a British musket. Wow, dang, that thing's like 6 feet tall. Gotta be. This musket here was given the then president of Texas. Oh wait. General Andrew Jackson to General Sam Houston, who gave it to Jesse Walling, who served under the general of the Battle of San Jacinto. Wood, iron, and silver. Oh, the trigger part or the finger part is silver. Wow, man. That is history is just so cool, man. It's like you see these things that these people had back in those days, and you're actually seeing them now. To a lot of us, they don't care about history. It's really nothing. But to people who are just fascinated by history like I am, it's just wow, man. Wow. This is Sam Houston's mother-in-law gave him this teacup and deal. Sam Houston's ring. more bullet molds. I guess that's where they carried some powder horn. Flintlock. Man, I bet those pistols were not very accurate. A little tiny Derringer. Swords, man. Bayonet. Wow. They're used in the Civil War on a .58 caliber firearm. Soldiers of San Jacinto. Contains signatures of some of the men present at the Battle of San Jacinto. Jones, Texas, appointed chairman of the Committee Public Safety, charge of disposal of Warren acquired the sword that belonged to the captured Santa Anna. So this is Santa Anna's sword. This is General Santa Anna's sword. And how many times he held that right there? How many times he held that handle? With his little glove. I'm being silly now, but I just can't get over how small their freaking people were back in those days, man. Leather bullet pouch during the Texas Revolution. So that was in battle. Physicians. Prescription book. Dang. Oh, that's how they identified their animals. Heat it up and put them on. This one has a cross and a heart. That's crazy, man. That's funny. Some of the coins, tokens, a barter system for the civilians to use in the West, I guess. Colonial. Oh, this was used for in mills by the Spanish. Wow, man. Texas Navy. John Grant Todd served in the Mexican, United States, and Republic of Texas Navies. Man, he served in 3 different countries because Texas was a country of its own for a little while. But he served in 3 different countries' navies. Ain't that something, man? These are the type of people that I admire. People that have a life. He's long gone. All these people are long gone, but they will always be remembered by the stuff that they did. You know, like the people who fought for this. I mean, if you live in Texas, you know, that's how you remember these people. That's what they did. That's what they left behind. Revolver. Ooh. Republic of Texas money. This one was worn by members of the Knights Templar, a medieval Christian military order in the early 12th century. These Mexican Army stuff here, Mexican Navy. Army, I guess. Yeah, that can't be Navy. That has to be Army. So many members of the Mexican Army wore a shackle, a tall, cylindrical military cap. It's a visor. Oh, so that's part of the visor. And just damn, check that out. Cannonball. I found one of those in Buffalo Bayou myself. Not from the Mexican. Well, who knows, guy? Most likely the Civil War era. Just exactly like that one. Mexican War veterans, Fort Worth, Texas. This one it's Confederate Army in Corpus Christi. So now we're in the Civil War times. Part of their collection. Oh, so this over here is Civil War, like when the Mexican War. Okay. When they got California and all the rest. And just to imagine how many people touched this right here, man. People that photographed. Look out. Dang. Oh, a toy. A toy from 1800s. So that black carbon and that ring, the stone in the ring, was taken from the first oil gusher in Beaumont. Hall claimed the large diamond mounted on the middle of the carbon was mined from neighboring Arkansas. He claimed it was from Arkansas, I guess. The 18 karat gold band is Hog's wedding ring. His initials are carved in the script. Gold shirt, stud, spiral backing was used in place of the button. Huh. The diamond was the first gusher in Belmont. These are famous people in Houston still. Hog owned another pocket watch. That's his pocket watch there, 1896. Those things are so old, man. Just so fascinating to see all these things, you know. The flag. What a beautiful flag. 1927. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Mexican silver. NRA started. Memory of the heroic army of San Jacinto. Oh, let me go this way. There's more over here. Oh, I think this is the gift shop.
Oh, yeah, because their horns are ready to come out because they're not. You'll glue the horns in the yeah, somebody dropped them a while ago. Because see, right now, he kind of looks like a water buffalo. Yeah. But if you pick him up, he looks pretty majestic. Yeah. I'll put it back in for a while, but yeah, I heard it a while ago.
Yeah, that's the gift shop. I don't need a San Jacinto whiskey glass. I don't drink. At least I don't drink whiskey. Galveston letter. Wow. Coin purse. It's so funny to see this stuff, man. It's just so unbelievable, man. I love history so much. Leggings were made for Sam Houston for Sam Houston. Unbelievable, man. Just history is freaking amazing, man. And you know, whatever we think about history and the way things happened and all that, you know, and history with the Indians and unfortunately my ancestors too, you know, Spanish that came and wiped out a lot of the Indian population. Well, I mean, I can't reverse it, and even if I could, I wouldn't, because then we wouldn't exist. It's just history, you know. Unfortunate, but it's just history. Things that really happened in real life shaped us and who we are today. The knee buckle that belonged to Santa Ana. Santa Ana's. The table fork was made from the melted silver from Santa Ana's saddle that was captured in San Jacinto. Wow. Wow. And that's it. Oh, yeah, I remember this one here. I believe a farmer found, or somebody found this while they were digging in this part of the San Jacinto. So many men that died in the Buffalo Bayou. That's what I'm saying. There's probably a whole bunch of skeletons and bodies right there in Buffalo Bayou because they didn't dig them out. They didn't take them back out. Crazy, man. Oh, that's it for the museum. Bye. That's it for the museum part. So now we know Texas Army was over there. That part where the stone was and all that. And then I guess there was like a mound or something. And the Mexican Army was on this side over here. On this side over here. And they were basically sleeping. And the whole battle took 18 minutes because the Texas Army caught them by surprise, and that was it. And then they ran to Buffalo Bayou down there. Go check it out. Just go see what it looks like right at the water. Kind of windy. I'm glad it is because Houston is freaking humid as fuck. It's kind of windy, so it's not too bad right now. So this is where the whole battle took place, all right here where we're standing. I'm gonna get right to the water's edge just to see, and I'm gonna walk on the grass because I want to feel just the land that these people fought and died at. What they felt when they were walking across these plains. Can't imagine getting shot at with cannons and all that stuff, getting caught by surprise. You're woken up with Texans over you, stabbing you with bayonets and shooting you and blowing you up, and they couldn't gather quick enough. It's just fate of history, you know. It's just the way things were supposed to be. But I want to get right to the water's edge, where they were they all ran around right here. All ran across right here. Fought right here. Fought right here. Right where I'm walking. Ran across here, and then here's where the Sherman's left wing army was. Right here. Wonder what kind of stuff is still buried in there. And the Mexican army came in Buffalo Bayou, ran across all these fields. No weapons or anything, because like I said, they got caught by surprise. Abandoned tents here, all the stuff that was here before. They were down here. No wonder they can't No wonder the Mexican army couldn't see him. And they caught him by surprise, because look, how can you see over there if the Mexican army was way on the other side of that monument? And we have to be careful here, because here in Texas we have venomous snakes. Not rattlesnakes, but every other just freaking snake in the world. Seems like. I think even the mosquitoes down here are venomous, poisonous. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. But yep, here's where they ran in. Right here. And they said that they left the bodies where they fell. So I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff down here. He fell down here. I'm sure there was a lot of dead people down here. A lot of dead soldiers. And they left them there. So I'm sure this place is super freaking haunted, man. No sound whatsoever, no cars, people, nothing, man, just quiet. Just the wind. They run. Shot, killed right here. A lot of them. Said they captured some. Most of them. A lot of them died right here. According to the history deal I saw. Died right here. Man, I bet you anything there has to be bodies in there. If they left them there, no way back in those times they were going to go scuba diving and take out hundreds or thousands of soldiers from down there. And I bet there's rifles, I bet there's buckles, I bet there's so much in there, so much. But you can't come in here, and this is a protected land, so you can't come in here and with a metal detector and type of shit like that. You can't. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. I can imagine the screaming, the yelling. Terrified men just get shot, piled up here. Unbelievable, man. Trying to escape getting killed. Unbelievable, man. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end it. I'm going to do a latitude. No wonder the Texas Army can't see. I mean, look at the freaking hill. No wonder they caught him by surprise, man. Texas history, man. It's a beautiful state, man. I'm in love with California, of course. It's my home. I definitely am in love with the state of Texas. Got so much to give, so much history, so much, and still to this day, you know, beautiful land. Besides the freaking humidity, but it's a beautiful country, man. Down there is where the Mexican soldiers died over there, getting killed. And this is where the left wing of the Texas Army was. Here where I'm walking. All right here. Infantry on that side. Over there. It was all down that way. Awesome Texas history, man. Watch out for snakes. Beautiful Texas history, man. All this right here. Battlefield. Unbelievable, man. I'm glad things happened the way they did. Because this wouldn't be the United States of America the way it is now. The road to the ocean. Things probably a lot different. Be different world order wise. That's why. And I'm a big Civil War person also. But when the Confederate Army rose up against the Union, tried to break up the United States, I don't know why they gave Lee a pass, man. I don't know why. Any of them, they were all traitors in my book. Every single one of them. They keep the Union alive to this day. And now we have different kind of enemies. They're going to break up the United States one way or another. Just keep an eye. If you love the United States, you love America. Like I do. Because it's my home, this is all we have. Nothing else we have, man. Where else are we going to go? If you love this country, do your part, man. I'm not talking violence or any shit like that. I'm talking do your part. God forbid it ever comes to that. But do your part, man. Do your part for our country.